Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're all doing well this week. We're back for another episode of Logan's Lowdown, and Logan's Lowdown is a show where I sit down and talk to people I find interesting or people I want to get to know more or better or whatever the case may be. This is another one of those situations. Samm Barber.
Hi.
The one and only.
Well, there's like a country musician now that's Samm Barber.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
you know
like,
what?
I get screenshotted that all the time. People send it to me. I'm like, I know.
You know what's funny is, on, I don't know, well, Spotify's probably the same. All artists release new music on Fridays.
Yeah, the New Music Friday.
Right. So I, the other day on Friday, looked through all the genres that I listened to and I was like, what's new? And there was nothing crazy that came out or anything by any really well-known artists. And I noticed in the country, I think it was country genre, there was a Samm Barber, and I found that so funny.
Yeah, only one M is Sam with one M.
Yes.
Two M's, he's one M. But yeah, that's gets screenshotted and sent to me weekly.
Yes. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having
Cheers.
me. Oh,
Thanks for bringing the mimosas.
of course.
Clink. Folks, this is brought to you by Sunny D. We forgot the orange juice, but luckily, Catherine and I keep a gallon of Sunny D in our fridge at all times.
That's so funny to me.
The only reason we got back into it is because, have you had the Sunny D seltzer?
I have not. I've seen it, and I'm like, that's interesting. And
It tastes just like Sunny D.
Really?
You can't taste the alcohol. It's a vodka seltzer. It's amazing.
See, that's dangerous.
It
That's
is.
a little dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Because I'll be like, oh, let me just put it in my Gatorade bottle and take it to work.
Right? It's so dangerous, but it's so good. And I hadn't had Sunny D also until I was 12, or since I was 12. Yeah. And when I had that seltzer, I was like, oh my God.
You're like, it's so nostalgic. That's what all these companies are going for now, is the nostalgia. They're like, millennials, buy this.
Right.
It's very 90s. You'll love it.
Exactly. And they're bringing back things that they know that people in our age gap are going to buy.
Oh, and I do.
Yes.
Absolutely will buy all of that.
You know what's funny is I forget who I talked to this about. I talked to my cousin about this. Is part of so when you're a kid, you're listening to the new music and your parents are like, God, that music sucks. Or like, God, these new movies suck. Do you think that that's just part of growing up at this point? Like, I don't know about you, but for the music, I like what I like. Yeah. And I like new artists here and there, but for the most part, I stick to my guns and listen to what I like.
Listening to the same stuff I was listening to, just out of high school, or those college years. It's the same repeated playlist. When all my girls get together, it's our high school playlist.
Exactly. It's all the All American Rejects and those nostalgic songs, but then it's also 2010s hip hop.
Oh yeah.
It's No Hands and Flo Rida and
Roscoe Dash.
Early Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, early Drake.
Hopefully Roscoe Dash is doing well.
I don't know about that one.
He's got the royalties on that song.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, I play it. That's my pregame playlist.
Oh.
It's in there. That and T-Pain and Old Drake, for
yes,
sure.
T-Pain.
Pregame playlist.
What a comeback T-Pain has made the past couple years, huh?
I know. Did you watch the Masked Singer?
I didn't watch that.
It's my guilty pleasure. It's so creepy. It's so weird because they're in these crazy costumes. But he won. He made it all the way to the top. And without autotune, you're like, who is this guy? But he's so talented.
So I don't get the Masked Singer. So what? So there's judges.
Yeah.
And is it like American Idol or The Voice where people audition and then they make it? What's the format?
It's celebrities. So you have these celebrities and you don't know who they are.
Okay.
And they're giving you clues as they go on before they perform the song, and their voice are masked over so you don't know who it is. And then the judges are guessing. You don't find out who they are until they get eliminated. And then you're like, oh my gosh. I think Lil Wayne was on there. Who is Bruce Willis's daughter? Rumor Willis was on there.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while. I just picked it back up this season. But it's pretty interesting. And you're like, oh, I think I know who that is. And then somebody, you have no idea.
I love a good singing show.
I do too.
I'm a sucker for a reality singing show.
Guilty pleasure.
Absolutely. I watched so much American Idol back in the day.
Oh, yeah, me too. Because it was so outrageous.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. Now it's okay, that's fake. But back in the day, you're like, this is real. Those are real people.
Right. And then they brought it back, and now it just feels forced, and it's just
yeah, I haven't.
It's there's no Simon Cowell involved, no Randy.
Randy Jackson was the best.
He was. It's a no for me, dog.
I loved him.
That's a part of my daily routine. Is it's a no for me, dog. And now we just have what is it? Luke Bryan, Katy Perry, and Lionel Richie.
Oh, I forgot he was on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really used to like Luke Bryan, but he's like, I don't know. I look at him and I see Kermit the Frog. He's like,
Kermit the Frog?
yeah, that's how he sings. His teeth are too white. Too white.
Very white.
Can't handle it.
No. Nobody's teeth are that perfect. It's got to be fake.
Not normal.
Interesting. Yeah, I've seen clips on TikTok and stuff of like, and the singer, and they pull their helmet off, and it's like this, like this situation, like T-Pain. He's insanely talented.
Oh yeah.
Does not need the auto tune.
No, not at all. But we loved it. We ate that up. That was like his like shooting star, and he was like, "I'm taking it." Right?
Did you see the video? He released an album recently, like 2 weeks ago.
I had no idea.
And it is just him doing covers of famous songs. And the video I saw on TikTok of him advertising it was his cover of Tennessee Whiskey. Really? And it is, you got to listen to it on your way home.
Yeah,
it is
I'm going to.
amazing.
And then I'll text you and be like, oh my God.
Yes, it's truly amazing. And like I was reading the comments, and the top comment said something like, basically something like T-Pain don't need auto-tune. Auto-tune chose T-Pain or something like that.
I think it was just a time. They were all using it. He just used it to the extreme. I mean, even Britney Spears.
Right.
Like, auto-tune.
Even people who don't need auto-tune, they used it, like T-Pain.
Yeah.
And now he's like a streamer. He like
Really?
streams video games and stuff. That's how he's like slowly made his comeback, is he's just apparently a really popular streamer. Huh. And he just plays video games, and people tune in because it's T-Pain.
Because it's T-Pain, yeah.
Yeah. And people are like, T-Pain plays video games. That's cool.
Never would have thought.
No.
That if you would have told me 10 years ago that that's what T-Pain was doing,
right?
I'm like, what?
If you told me in 2024 that T-Pain is streaming Call of Duty, I would not have believed you.
Yeah. Yeah. If you would have told me that I would be 30 at some point, I wouldn't have believed you. No.
Are you
way.
30?
I'll be 30 this year.
Oh.
I'll be 30
old.
This year. I know. I'm like, no, I'll be 27 forever. I'll be 17 forever. And now like 30 is like running up. I'm like,
hey, 30's the new 20.
Yeah, I think that's what we tell ourselves.
I think so.
Because the 20-year-olds are like, ew.
Yeah, right.
You're old.
I was talking about this the other day also. It's like, are we the adults that little kids look at and they're like, those are adults?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
Because my nieces look at me and they're like, oh, and they're asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know, ask your mom. Like, I don't know.
Right, yeah.
Like, ooh. Can she have that lollipop? But I'm the adult.
Ask your mom, I guess.
Yes or no. Like, I don't know.
Ask your parents. That's the safe answer.
It's like, our parents aren't here. Like, you're watching us. I'm like, oh.
Well, if it's my choice, then yeah, have that lollipop. Mom says we can't have candy. Oh, crap, shit, crap. Give me that back.
Uh-oh. Oh, they won't tell you that once they have it.
No,
like,
yeah.
Got away with.
It'd be great if they like came around the corner and they're like, this is great because my mom says candy is for the devil or something. And you're like, oh God, give me that back.
Like,
Please don't tell your mom.
eh.
Speaking of old Drake and I guess Lil Wayne.
In future.
Just for the folks who are roped into it, Catherine told me that instead of having dead silence in the room, I should have like music playing at like a very low volume, and it's Love Me with Drake and Future and Lil Wayne. It's a bop. I love Future. I'm a sucker for Future.
Oh, I love Future.
His voice is so smooth.
I know. I don't know what it is. It's like raspy.
Oh yeah,
Raspy
Catherine
in all the
loves his
right
voice.
ways.
She's like, God, he's sexy voice.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He
For
has that
sure.
voice. I saw this TikTok last night of a song that I guess Metro Boomin and Travis Scott are working on an album together, and Future was on one of the songs. And the beat and Future's, it was just, I was like, I need this song right. And it's called like Cinderella or something. It slaps.
Gosh, all these songs I just don't know. I spend like most of my evenings like in front of my Kindle.
Are you a Kindle girl?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Kindle
like,
girly?
Yeah, it's really bad.
That's what Catherine does, is Kindle it up.
I love it. I got one of those like stands with the little remotes. I can just like click and click and click.
You're gonna have to send her send
her
me the link.
I'll send you the link so you can buy it for her and be the best husband.
Oh
ever,
my God, that sounds awesome.
It's amazing. I just lay in bed and it's right here, and I'm like, I don't have to move.
So what's it clipped to? Like your bed frame or something? Oh,
I can clip it to
Sam.
this table and like have it right here and just like click. It's great. It's great.
Oh,
See,
Christmas this year's about to be bossy.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean about like turning 30. Like that's nothing I ever would have said 3 years ago. I'd be like, what?
No,
That's what you
18-year-old
do?
Sam would have been like, you're lame.
18-year-old Sam would have bullied the shit out of me.
Wow. I think, ironically enough, I think that 18-year-old Logan is vaguely similar to me now. I feel like I do all the same stuff. I play video games like I did when I was 18. What else did I do? That's it.
Hang out with my friends.
Right.
You talk on podcasts now.
I do that. I didn't do that at the time.
And a big boy job. I mean,
Yeah.
those are
Big boy jobs.
important things.
Yeah. What was I doing at 18? I don't even know. That's weird that the album artwork is moving on the screen. Now it's an Offset song, but it's like moving.
It's very Spotify.
Very. Thanks, Apple, for giving me. Thanks for finally catching up to Spotify. What I do like, though, is that Apple Music, and we'll talk about this later, a little sneak peek, but Apple's with their lyrics, it does it almost like it's karaoke. And what's cool is there's a setting that I can go and click and it'll turn Offset's voice off, but keep the instrumental going so that it's almost like a built-in karaoke. It doesn't project your voice. I don't know if you can plug like a microphone into it or anything, but I mean, you can turn the voice of him off and just have the lyrics playing like that. And it's kind of built-in karaoke. It's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah. And then the album artwork, that's kind of crazy, kind of distracting if I'm being honest.
It's tripping me out.
It's very, very intense. A lot for 10 a.m.
It's like bombs.
Yeah, it's
Fire.
Offset's newest album, which was actually pretty decent. And I don't even know what city that is, but I don't think it is on fire. Is he all right?
Probably not.
So anyway, Samm Barber. Who is Samm Barber?
I don't know. I feel like that's a very interesting and hard question because we are all a lot of things. You can't narrow it down to just like one thing. Like, oh, I am this. Like, we're all just like no one has the one descriptor.
Right. So you told me to ask you this. What's with the two M's?
Okay.
What's the origin behind two M's?
I was Sammy, like when I was younger.
Okay.
SAMMY. So like anybody who calls me Sammy, it's like, wow, like they've been around for a really long time. I think I was like in 5th grade and I was like, I'm just gonna drop the Y. Mom was like, okay, so go by Sam. She wrote it. I'm like, no, two M's. We're just dropping the Y. And she's like, that's weird. And it just stuck.
Huh.
It's just stuck around.
That's kind of cool.
It's cute.
So legally, Samantha?
Yeah.
Okay.
With
Two
one M.
M's.
Just one M. One M in Samantha.
Yes.
Two M's in
Two
Sam.
M's in Sam. Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
It's interesting. It's quirky.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool.
It's quirky.
So, like when I was showing you the graphic that I was making, technically it should be Sam with one M, but because you go by Sam with two M's.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's really unique.
It's a me thing.
Now I know. Now I know.
It's not legal by any means, but it's fine.
Would you ever change it just to Sam with two M's?
No, I really like Samantha.
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much when I was younger, but like in my like professional life, I like Samantha.
Yeah.
Because my friends call me Sam. My coworkers call me Samantha.
What's your husband call you?
Oh, Sam.
Okay.
Or hey. Or babe.
Hey, you over there.
The babe. Babe. She's from the other room like, babe.
So how have you guys been doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Haven't seen you since last year.
It's such a dad joke.
It is. I'm not a dad, but I've got the dad jokes on stack.
Yeah. We're doing good. We're doing really well. We're just living life and working. Michael's in school. He's in school full time Monday through Friday in the physical therapy program. So he'll graduate next December. So he's had a nice like month off, which is great. We're just able to spend time together. But next Monday, it all goes back to
strict schedule.
Yep.
Is he a really good student?
Oh yeah. It's like scary.
Like he prioritizes it like to the max.
Yeah. He's been on the president's list like since he started.
Good for him.
In school. He's like, I think I failed. And he's like, oh, I got 101. I don't know if that's possible. I'm like, are you serious?
I wish I related to that.
Oh my gosh. He's like, he's such a big brain. He's so smart. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
But he studies really hard. I mean, it's like, he's always at his computer. I'm like, are you playing games again? He's like, no, I'm studying.
Like he's really prioritizing it.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. And he was in the military, right?
Yes. He was in for 6.5, 7 years.
Wow. So when did y'all meet? When he got out or when he was in?
He was in. His mom lives in Kennesaw.
Okay.
And his mom went to church with my mom.
Oh.
So we were out at a bar somewhere. We were watching a band play, and his mom was there, and he was there, and we just kind of met and
Clicked.
Yep, just clicked. Well, I had kind of creeped beforehand. Like, my mom had told me about him. Like, oh, this is just a really cute guy. I'm like, I don't need your church guys. Like, I'm fine.
Right.
I'm fine. And I creeped, and I was like, he's actually kind of cute. I'll just add him on Facebook. So I walk into the bar, and he's like, I'm like, oh, crap. Like, trying to avoid eye contact. He walks up to me and goes, Facebook, right? And I was like,
yeah.
And then from then on, it just clicked. We like built our foundation on shit talking, and that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. Okay, cool. I always love hearing people's origin stories and how they met and everything. That's really cool. So what branch was he in?
He was in the Army.
Army. Okay, cool. Very cool. Thank you for your service, sir. So got out of the military and he decided to go back to school, do physical therapy. Mm-hmm. Cool. Where's he doing at KSU?
He's at Chat Tech.
Chat Tech. Hey, I started there.
Chat Tech.
Which campus does he ever go, or does he do it all online mostly?
Oh, he's like in the program, so he's there Monday through Friday. 9
oh
to
wow.
5. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like full-time job. It's crazy. He's at the North Metro campus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went there frequently.
Me too.
It's the nicer one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Marietta one always scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
It was
like run down a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh.
A little older, and you're like,
I was like, is this school or jail?
Right. However, the North Metro campus, you pull up to and it's like bright and sunny,
Yeah,
nice
they have,
big
like,
parking lot out
new
front, new
buildings
building, new furniture.
It smells like new construction.
Yes, smells like new construction, and you're like, wow, I feel safe here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool.
Same
Absolutely. So, God, it feels like this is something that's crazy. We've probably loosely known each other for 10 years now.
I was thinking about that the other day. Someone asked, they're like, how do you know him about this podcast stuff? I'm like, honestly, I've known you since, I don't know, you were like 19.
I moved here when I was 18, and I feel like I didn't really start hanging out with Jordan much until I was probably 18, 19. And then I probably went to his apartment, and you were probably there.
Oh, yeah. I pretty much
Yeah.
was there all the time.
So I probably met you close to 10 years ago.
Yeah. I think I officially met you as like Madison's second annual 21st birthday. I don't know. She's 22. So first annual 21st. Is that how that works? One and then...
First annual. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Her first annual. And I made Jell-O shots, and you were just like, oh, Jell-O shots? And you ate like 10 of them.
I was unhinged.
And I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah. You're like, this
but
guy
you were
is.
there because you were Jordan's friend.
Yes. Yes. And he invited me.
Yeah.
Yes. Very fun. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Just like loosely. And I feel like we all kind of like know the same people too, which is I've never really like, I don't know.
Right. That's what's crazy about like, truly it's a small world.
Oh, yeah.
That expression goes around all the time, but it truly is a small world.
Yeah.
Like, where did you go to high school?
I went to East Spalding.
Okay, cool. So who do you know that I know?
I don't know. Who do you know?
I don't know if he went to
Well,
East Spalding or
I
not.
know Jordan's your friend, right? Jordan Hames.
Yeah.
So I hung out with his brother, his younger brother.
Daniel?
Brock. No,
Brock.
I hung out with Brock.
Really?
We were in band together.
No way.
Yeah, we were on drumline together. So we were like our own little unit.
Wow.
So I would hang out with Brock a lot, and then his friend Aaron was
Yes.
like my friend's little cousin. So we would like go on vacations together.
Wow.
Like, Brock would be there, and Aaron would be there, and we'd all hang out. And they're a couple years younger than me, but we were like a little.
Wow.
fun
A little
crew.
unit.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Shout out to Brock. I'd love to get him on here. He's an interesting feller.
Where's he at now? Is this like Wisconsin or something?
So he lives in like Wisconsin,
Facebook, I don't
Colorado, somewhere out there in the way over
Yeah,
there.
in the yonders.
Yeah, well, yonder. He's got like a family now. I think he's got a
Really?
son or a daughter. He's got a kid. I know. I don't know what gender.
Aw.
And he's making music and stuff. And
Oh,
he's
good for him.
very talented.
Yeah.
I
always
see his
talented.
videos on Facebook all the time, and he's very talented. So I'd love to get him. I think he's going to come here soon because Jordan's wife's about to pop.
That's right. I forgot she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like really know. I just like keep up on Facebook. You
Right.
guys post stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think like I know him kind of.
In fact, by the time this airs, she will have had that baby. In
well,
fact, like she's
congratulations.
about to pop. Congratulations, Miranda. But yeah, small world. And this is one of those fun scenarios where, like I said at the top, I get to know people that we've basically danced around each other for like
we go to the same parties, we hang out with the same
Yeah.
people, but we're like
there's a lot of small talk.
Yeah.
You're usually with all the girlies. I'm talking to Andrew and Jordan and all the dudes and Michael and everybody. And then it's just like, all right, good to see you. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah,
And
bye,
then
see you later.
that's it. And I've always thought, like, ever since I started doing the interviews, I was like, I got to get Sam.
Yeah, I think this is great. This is really cool.
Yes. Because now, at least going forward, there's less, I don't want to say awkwardness, but there's more
of a connection there.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So now next time we throw down and there's a party, I'll be like, oh my God, we did a podcast together. That's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I want to do this with all my friends. I want to do it with
Yeah.
Madison too.
You should.
Because I know her, but I really don't.
She's a fun gal.
Shout out to Madison. She'll probably see this.
Oh, she will. I'm on here. Of course she's gonna watch.
Oh yeah, of course.
She better. I'll be really embarrassed.
That
if,
would
like-
be embarrassing. Andrew will probably watch it too. Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah,
All
and
of the
then-
people in the inner circle will probably
yeah,
watch
for
it.
Sure. Well, Andrew will watch it and make fun of me, but that's
Oh
fine.
yeah, for sure, for sure. He's just mad because he keeps skirting around doing it. Come on, you're next, bro.
You've been summoned.
You've been summoned.
Been summoned. No, I love Andrew and Madison. They're my people.
They are. I wish I saw them more, and that's probably on me. They live like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, like so close.
So close. But it's
Adulting
hard.
is so hard.
It's
so
hard to get
busy
people
and-
together as adults.
Yeah. Everybody's got different schedules, and then you have to like have a relationship with your spouse and spend time with them and have date nights and things like that as well. So it's hard to navigate all of those friendships. But thank God for like social media and texting and stuff. 'cause
Honestly.
without that, I don't do phone calls. I'm not a phone caller. But
No.
if I can shoot you a text every now and then, be like, "Hey, love you, thinking about you." See you
Right.
later,"
Exactly.
then we're good.
For sure. I like
I'm
that
not
a
a phone
lot.
call person.
Just even if it's just a quick like, hey, we don't even have to have a conversation, but
Yeah.
thought about you today. Hope you're doing all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
appreciate that more than you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. People love that. I've always been told by my siblings or by my friends that I'm the ultimate checker inner. Because like I love checking in.
Yeah.
I used to date this girl years ago and she thought it was so weird that I would just check in with people.
Really?
I moved around so much and I made friends in all these different states and I would just text them out of the blue and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, that's so weird that you just like drop in. I'm like, I'm just
that's
trying to
weird.
see how people are
I
doing.
feel like that's personable. It's a nice
Right.
quality.
Right.
That's not weird.
Because I'm genuinely like I have nothing to gain from it. I'm just,
Yeah, just, hey,
trying to
what's
be
up?
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about people nowadays is I feel like not a lot of people are nice for the sake of being nice. They're always in it for something for themselves.
Yeah.
Not always, but COVID changed people.
Oh yeah. 2020 was like a hard year. I feel like there's a lot of people that learned a lot and did a lot of growing, and there's a lot of people that went the opposite direction. And it was just, the toilet paper hoarders.
Did you go crazy
No.
with it?
No.
I was very, how do I say, resistant at first because I was like, I'm not wearing no stupid mask. But then they started forcing it everywhere, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to.
I worked in healthcare, so I was doing mental health
Yes.
through a company. So I was like going to different nursing homes, so I had to be very vigilant about it
Yes.
because I was like face to face with
Right.
these people. But and I stayed home, did what I was supposed to do. But I also lived with my parents, and my dad was very like, we're not doing this. Both of my dad and my brother both have asthma, and like they're like, we're not doing it. We're not leaving the house. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
man,
I thought you were saying like they weren't like doing the mask thing. They were like, no.
They were like, we're not leaving the house.
Really?
Grocery orders, and I was like, you live in their house, you have to respect their rules.
Sure,
if you don't
sure.
agree with it, but I was just like, okay, as soon as this is over, I'm moving out. I've got to get out. I can't do this anymore.
How's that going?
It was good. That's great. Well, because when he got out of the military, we had to move back home for a little bit, and we're like, okay, we're gonna buy a house. And then
Right.
2020 hit, and
Right.
it's like, oh, so this house that was $150,000 is now $450,000, and it's falling apart.
Right. It's a shack. It's just Shrek's place.
Yes. Oh yeah, complete with like the ogre and everything. It's disgusting. So, that kind of put us off track a little bit. So we lived with my parents for a little bit longer than
Yep.
we wanted to, but life happens.
Yep.
Very grateful for that.
Of
Very,
course.
very grateful. But it's hard.
It is.
You guys lived at your parents' house,
Yeah.
your mom's house, something like that.
Yeah. We did that the first year we were married. And for me, it's my parents.
Yeah.
It's fine. But
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
love
sure the
them and-
of course, and I'm sure the last thing Catherine wanted was to have her first year of marriage be with her in-laws at all times.
Oh yeah.
And as cool as my parents are very cool, very fun, very personal, very whatever. They're still your parents, so you're still going to fight with them. You're still going to bicker.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a few of that. We did pretty well. We were there for like 10 months, and we only had like a big fight like maybe 3 times, maybe
Oh,
twice.
it's not bad. Just growing pains.
And it's always just me and my mom, because me and my mom are the same. We're stubborn and hard-headed.
Me and my dad are the same. We're like that. Too.
Really?
But my parents are really cool too. They're awesome. Like they'll go out, they'll hang out,
Mm-hmm.
sit in the driveway, have a couple drinks,
Yeah.
go to brewery. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Like fantastic. But it's hard to be married living in your parents' house. It's
It is.
difficult.
It is.
Especially if you're fighting with your spouse.
Right.
And not like, I hate you, anything like
Right.
that.
But just like
bickering,
having
like,
a bickering. Yeah.
yeah, like normal couples do. And you go downstairs and I'm gonna get a glass of water, slam the cabinet, and parents are like, should we talk to him? I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, stay out of it, please.
What are you doing? They're like, I don't know, Sam. I think you were wrong. I'm like, I don't care what you think right now. I need to leave. I gotta get out of here.
My mom would do that all the time. She'd be like, and I'd be like, Mom,
No.
stop.
And they mean well. They
Of
really
course.
mean well. It's not like no ill intent at all. They're just like, my parents did a really good job trying to stay out of it, but they just look at me and I'm like, I don't even need your looks right now. I
Right.
don't even need that.
Right.
It was time.
Right. Absolutely. They're trying to bestow their wisdom upon you. Like,
Yeah.
hey, look at it from this angle. And you're like, I don't need that right now. I just need to be left alone with my own thoughts.
Like, I'm going for a drive.
Right.
I'm going for a drive.
Catherine and I do a pretty good job. I don't know, you and Michael, when we're having a day, like you ever wake up and there's just a day that you guys just don't see eye to eye on anything. Like,
for sure.
like he might, he might put the coffee back in the fridge, the iced coffee back in the fridge before the creamer. And you're like, why'd you do that? Or you'll leave your shoes by the door and he'd be like, can you just pick those up? And you're just like, you know what? We'll look at each other and be like, this is a day that we spend apart. You go do your thing. I'll go do my thing. And we'll reunite back at dinner.
It's healthy to have some time apart.
Yes.
You don't need to be glued to each other at all times. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out with my friends tonight. You are going to stay home, play video games, and that's totally fine.
Yes.
We're totally okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
sure.
there's a lot of people there's a lot of pressure to always be like, oh, you're married now. You have to be glued to each other's side. That's not the case.
No.
Like,
It's work. Marriage
Yeah.
is work.
Yeah.
People don't, people are like, oh, we're getting married. It's just a magic switch. It's not a magic switch. It's hard work. It's a lot of communication, and it's a lot of caring for your spouse, but also caring for your own needs and knowing what you need outside of that.
right. We were talking about this last night in the car, something about how you always, when you're married, you're looking out for the other person's best interests, but sometimes you forget that you also need to look out for your own as well.
Exactly.
Like it's really difficult to manage what's best for her, what's best for you as a unit, and then what's best for you internally.
Oh yeah.
It's tough.
It's a learning curve for sure. And it's a never ending learning curve. Like you're constantly like trying to figure out and navigate, but it gets easier
Yeah.
as you go on.
Did you guys live together at all before you got married?
That was the most difficult part of the whole situation.
Really?
Yes. So, because he was in the military, it's
Yeah,
virtually
true.
impossible to live together because he was living in the barracks. So it was like he proposed and we're like, okay, so we're going to go to the courthouse and get married before he deploys. And then we'll have our big wedding later.
Yeah.
So we went to the courthouse and got married. And then like a month later, he was
Gone.
gone. So he calls me one day and was like, hey, I need you to, I'm coming home a little bit sooner. You got to get a house. I'm like, oh, crap. So me and my mom drive up to Nashville. I find a house for rent, whatever. And then we move in. And it's like, okay, here you are. You're in a new town, new city, whatever. Like, here's all your stuff. See you later. I was like, oh, okay. And it was so hard learning to live with someone that you had never lived before and you were also married to. So it's not like, okay, I can't do this, I'm out. Like you had to like figure it out.
Right.
So there's a lot of fights, a lot of bickering. We had like different living habits. And
Right.
One of our biggest fights was, where do we put the butter? Is butter in the fridge or is butter on the counter?
Where do you stand?
I'd always put it in the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never seen it not in the fridge.
He's a counter person. He's like, we leave butter on the counter. I was like, what?
Doesn't it melt?
That's what I said. He's like, no, I guess it just stays soft. We keep the butter on the counter now, but that was a compromise on my part. I don't use the butter. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So weird.
I've never heard that.
I know. I thought
butter on the counter. Yeah. So what? It just sits on the counter in like a little thing,
like a little like butter dish. Yeah, just sits on the counter. Please tell me if you're team counter or team fridge.
I was gonna say let's make this a clip and team counter, team fridge. Yeah. I'm very curious. Maybe actually now that we talk about it, I've seen a butter, like almost like those old fashioned like things that people used to put bread in where you would like flip the lid. Yeah. And I've seen that for butter. Huh. Yeah. But I also don't do that with my bread. I feel like that's a UK thing. I think they do that a lot in the UK. So you lived in Nashville?
We were like 45 minutes north of Nashville. Yeah.
What area?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay.
We were right on the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. So like we lived in Tennessee, but if I were to like throw a rock across the street, it's Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
2017, 2018.
Wow, I didn't even realize you were gone.
Great, thanks.
Well, I mean, shit, dude. I didn't even. Well, that was also towards the beginning of when I probably knew you.
Yeah.
So, damn. So when'd you come back?
We came back. I came back that Christmas of 2018. So we came down here. We had our like big wedding. Went back. I grabbed all of our stuff, moved us back. So he was supposed to get out of the military in January. I was like, okay, I'll go home for Christmas, get all of our stuff moved out. Our lease is up in January. We'll kind of do that. And he didn't end up getting out until almost July, August of that year, because there's just paperwork and the way government works, it just takes forever.
Yeah, it takes forever for anything to happen.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Catherine is from Nashville. Okay. She's from a town on, I don't know what side of it, but it's called Antioch.
Okay.
It's kind of, it's like right outside Nashville. Yeah. So she just says she's from Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
It's like being from Kennesaw and you're like, Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because you don't know to ask the questions unless you're like from that area. You're like, okay,
right.
but like where?
Where's Kennesaw?
You say Atlanta, they're like, oh, yeah. Like my family's like, oh, yeah, my cousin's in Atlanta.
Right.
We're Atlanta.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. Didn't even know that. See, this is why we do these things. This is why we do these things. What? I don't even know. Like, I feel like the only thing now, knowing that you lived in Nashville, did you like Nashville?
Oh, I love Nashville.
Really?
So much fun. So much fun. A lot of crowds. Like, it's definitely not the way that it used to be. Nashville's very different. It's more like a club scene. Yeah. Especially like different bars. Like, it's not country music anymore. It's like, which is okay. But I do like country music. I guess it kind of just depends on what bar you go to. But it is a good time. But it's definitely like a party place.
Right. Yeah.
You're not there to party, be out by 8:30.
Right.
Just
100%.
But there's so much to see in Nashville too. Like, you have the Grand Ole Opry, and you have the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Johnny Cash Museum. Like, there's so much to do and see. Which
is funny because as many times as I've been in Nashville, I've never done any of those three things.
Oh, I lived there. I didn't do any of it. Well, I did the Grand Ole Opry.
Did you go to a show or did you just go see it?
I just went to go see it. Yeah. And then the Opry Mills Mall, of course. It's huge. It's fun. But yeah, we really just like went to the bars and stuff.
Yeah. Favorite bar?
Oh, that's a toughie. I really like Acme Feed and Seed. It's at the very end of the strip on the like last one on the right. They have a rooftop bar and they do like moonshine slushies. Oh,
what?
So good. The second floor is sushi. The first floor is like just like Southern cooking, whatever.
Really?
Like that. I don't know. Yeah. And then the third floor is a bar with,
Huh.
It's pretty cool. And not a lot of people know about it. Like, oh, it's a restaurant. Nope. You take the elevator all the way up to the third floor.
Really? Okay.
And it's like looking over the river and like Nissan Stadium stuff. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Wow. I know where this is. Yeah. Okay.
Right at the end of the strip, the very end of the strip.
I'm pretty sure I've been on the rooftop.
Probably.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun.
Wow. Okay.
It's a chill spot.
Very, very. I gotta say, I love Kid Rock is also always a classic, but it's only because it's so big.
Oh yeah.
Like, he has so much real estate on that street, on that corner.
He does. Honky Tonk Central. You have to go to Honky Tonk Central.
Sure.
It's a hole in the wall.
Oh yeah.
It seems like it is.
Yeah. What was the one that's the classic that everyone knows? Is it Tootsies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Crowded. Too many people in there.
And it kind of smells.
Stinks. Yeah.
It smells like cat pee.
It smells like crap there.
Yeah, it's like, oh great, like I got a picture in front of it, and I'm like, I think I went in there one time. I was like, why are we here?
I went in there one time also, and I was like, you know what? We could leave.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah. Seen it. Done.
I did my bachelor party in Nashville.
Okay.
No regrets.
Fun. Yeah.
So fun.
So fun.
Good Lord.
That's where Michael had his too.
Hell yeah. It's a good
And
spot.
we were so close.
Yeah.
So they all came down. I drove them. I was like, I'll be here, but I'll be quiet. I'll drive you guys down, drop you off. Just call me when you need me to come get you.
Hell yeah.
Like,
What a
okay.
queen.
I try.
Damn.
Had a good time.
So when you guys did your wedding when you came back, did you have a lot of people?
We had about 100 people.
Okay.
Yeah, we did it on the Navy Lake site in Cartersville.
Yes.
Like right on the lake.
Yes.
We did everything ourselves. We were balling on a budget. So we strung all the lights ourselves. We made our own altar out of. It was where the porch swing was. We took the swing down, and then my grandma was a florist, so she did all of the fun.
Oh,
pretty
awesome.
flower stuff.
You got to do what you got to do.
Oh yeah.
Weddings are so expensive. We were at my cousin's house last night, and they were asking us questions about our wedding, and I was like, listen, it's so easy to drop thousands and thousands and thousands. Even if you do it yourself, you could spend $5,000-6,000 easy. Easily. So if you know somebody that not that we cheaped out on this, but we knew a ton of people that were good at their craft. I was like, oh, we got to use Tate for our photographer.
For sure.
Even though she didn't cut us a deal or anything, but I was like, oh, I know somebody. It's a small business. I know she's going to be really good. And Catherine was like, well, maybe we should look at some other people. I was like, we can look at other people, but it's going to be Tate.
Tate is the best.
And
Tate is the best.
No regrets. She killed it.
Oh, I wish I would have had her do mine, but I wanted her to be a part of my wedding so bad.
I understand that.
I was like, you're not working on my wedding day. You're going to be right with me. We're going to have a great time.
That's what's tough about Madison and Andrew's wedding is that she was so involved with the wedding, but also she was not in the pictures, or she was in the pictures, but she worked 2 jobs that day.
Oh yeah.
Which was probably stressful in and of itself.
She's such a great sport. Even if she's stressed to the nine, she'll never show it. She's just such a cool, collected person.
She killed it.
She's awesome.
Everybody that attended my wedding too also said your photographer was cool as shit. I'm like,
she is.
There's a reason why we hired her.
She's just the coolest.
She is.
Awesome.
Very much so.
Such a bubbly, chill personality. She's great. Everyone loves her.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen her in a minute. I thought we were going to see each other at Madison's birthday party, but unfortunately that got canceled. Hopefully we see them soon.
Yeah.
We need to do something to make up for that.
To celebrate that. We
Yes.
should go out. Go to a brewery or something.
Yes.
Buoy.
There's a brewery right here that we could hit. Drowned Valley?
Yeah. I like Drowned Valley.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I've
Cool
only been a couple
atmosphere.
times.
I like it. I'm a brewery person.
Yeah.
Breweries all the time.
You're a beer gal. Beer gal.
girl. Yeah, for sure.
It's that German in you.
Yeah, 100%.
So, have you ever been to Germany?
Oh yeah. I've been twice when I was really young. We're actually planning a trip in 2025.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to go for 2 weeks
2 weeks.
because my husband has never been.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take him to all the places that I saw growing up, and
Sure.
take him to where my grandmother grew up. So I got to meet all of my great grandparents and stuff because I got to go when I was really young, and I was fluent in German. I've since lost it all, but I was fluent when I was younger, so I got to speak to them. That just now passed on because my grandparents are in their late 80s now.
Really? I want to pull up that conversation we had the other day on Instagram because I was like, we're saving it for the pod.
Which one? I was like, the phone's coming out. I'm a little nervous.
I know, right? About to expose you.
Great. I was playing Wii Bowling when we were having the conversation.
Wii Bowling?
Yeah.
When
oh,
we
no,
were,
Switch Bowling. It was on the Switch.
When
I
we
still
were-
call it Wii Bowling.
Hell yeah. I need to get Switch Bowling. I just got a Switch.
Oh, it's awesome. I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Michael's playing his games, and I'm like, I'm going to go bowling.
Right?
In the living room.
There you are.
Definitely a millennial thing.
Being opinionated.
Oh, I'm very
What's it like to be opinionated? Me too.
I'm very opinionated and hard-headed, and I don't mean to be. I think I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I'm very opinionated. You cannot change my mind. I will tell people not to yuck my yum, but I will yuck somebody's yum till the cows come home.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What are you hard-headed about? Just at anything and everything?
Not just anything and anything. I guess it's depends on the topic. Like I used to bring up Taylor Swift, and I would go on and on and on and on. I'm like, she sucks. I've since changed my mind, and I think that's okay. I think it's okay to change your opinion, change your mind.
Sure, that's growth.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh, she's so annoying. Because old Taylor Swift,
She is annoying.
15-year-old Taylor Swift is like, I don't drink, I don't party, and I'm perfect, and I'm singing about all these boys. I'm like, okay, she's so annoying. And then that 10-minute song came out, and I'm like, she's harping on something that happened so long ago. If I got on social media and was talking about my ex from 10 years ago, everybody would be like, how pathetic. Why are we holding her to the same standard? That's all I'm saying. But now I've come to love her and think that she's great.
You do love her?
I don't love her, but I think that she's a fantastic businesswoman. I respect her craft.
Sure. I respect her craft for sure.
Yes.
But I still think she's annoying as shit. I will go on the record. People hate me for this, but I think she's so fucking annoying. But she's really good. 3/4 of the songs that she puts out are bangers and bops, and they're so good, and her writing is so good. But I just hate this this we stan Taylor Swift culture we have.
Yeah, well, she has made a lot of headlines this year. She's had this huge world tour. I mean, how many albums does she have? 100?
Feels like it. 20
in one night. Yeah.
And I do commemorate her though for the Taylor's version stuff.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
When I learned that whole story, I was like, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's a very powerful woman. I don't have to like the stuff she puts out, but I do respect her as a powerful.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
woman.
I can respect what she does and why she does it.
Yeah.
But just whenever I see her face somewhere, I'm like, God, you're so annoying.
Especially at a Chiefs game.
Oh God. And just God, I'm so sick of it. I don't know. It's like I hate Chipotle for the same reason I hate Taylor Swift. I have no good reason. I just hate it. No good reason. Just hate it.
I'm the same. And I think I had it once because Madison made me go, and I was like, this actually isn't bad, but I will never say it out loud. I just did, but I wouldn't say it to her. I would be like, this actually, because I'm a Moe's girl. I love
Moe's all the way.
Up. Give me Moe's. Moe's till day I die. Chipotle's it's expensive.
It's very expensive. Moe's has gotten that way though. Unfortunately, they've gone up in price, but everything has. So I don't really fault them, but I love Moe's.
So good.
What do you get?
I get the burrito bowl.
Okay.
Chicken.
Okay.
And then I get chips and I dip it in a salad dip.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
I'm so hungry.
What do you
I
get?
can't wait. I usually get some kind of chicken burrito of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
Just they give it to you too. They give you your money's worth. They stump that shit in there.
That's good. At least you're getting what you pay for at Chipotle. I feel like it's
yeah, right. They're just like,
the
here you go. Do you want any more chicken? You're like, yeah, please. And they're like, that's an extra $2. And I'm like,
and your first
right, right.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your social security number?
Yeah, exactly.
Dang. I love Moe's. I love it because I feel like everybody loves Chipotle.
No. Mm-mm.
It makes no sense.
Well, then everybody's like, I love Chipotle, but after I eat it, I shit myself. So then why do you eat it?
That's me with everything though. So I can't judge Chipotle for that because I definitely yeah. It's a tough time out
here. You might as well just put your money straight in the toilet and flush it.
Honestly, quite honestly. I have to.
Oh,
it is so. No, we can't talk about my bowel issues. That's disgusting. If I knew you better, then yeah, we could talk about bowel issues. But golly, Catherine told me the other day, she's like, I can't have Moe's anymore because it just tears me up. I'm like, I understand. I do. But every time I say I feel like I think of Netflix. But
I've been watching Netflix lately, and then in the middle of a show, it'll make that noise. Have you had that issue?
No.
I'm watching. It's the middle of a show. It's da-da. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's restarting. I'm also stealing it from my parents.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal it until they kick me off.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't kicked me off because they implemented that thing that said if you weren't in the same household, you're gonna get kicked off, but it has not yet I'm wondering if
So-
my dad just paid for the thing.
I asked my parents that too, but apparently there's like a little loophole,
Really?
and you can log in from your phone at your parents' house on their Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
and then stream it from your phone. And then once you cast it from your phone, if you have like the Apple TV or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you just like hit the Netflix and it's good to go.
Ooh.
Every once in a while it'll kick you out, but you just have it's every 30 days. You have to log in at your parents' house under their Wi-Fi.
I've not done any. My dad. I'm thinking that my dad, because my dad was just like, "Your time's coming.
Yeah.
You're about to be an adult. You're gonna get your own Netflix," and it has not happened yet,
Never.
and I don't plan on it.
If I get sued or I get a letter in the mail because this is posted somewhere, I'd be very upset.
Someone from Netflix is gonna see this like, "Shit, it's not working."
Yeah. They're like, damn it.
Well,
Arrest her.
what have you been watching on Netflix?
I just watched School Spirits. It's pretty good.
What is School Spirits?
Oh, I don't know. It just popped up and it was like this girl died in the school and she doesn't know how she died. And then there's this other bunch of like kids that had also died in the school and they have their own like little society. They're trying to figure out how this girl died and like figure out the whole crime scene.
What?
Who killed her. Yeah, it's wild.
Is it a show?
Yeah,
School Spirits.
it's wild.
Good though?
Yeah, pretty good.
Is it like comedic or is it like a
Kind of.
serious kind of
A little
thing?
bit of both. It's based off a book. It's probably like a high school type
Probably like a
read.
tween book.
Yeah. But every now and then, I just like to like turn it on, just shut everything else out, and just like zone in on something.
Huh.
That and Grey's Anatomy, I'm like a sucker for.
I've not seen an episode of that.
Oh, what?
But
You're a guy.
it's not made for me.
No, you're a guy. It's fine.
I'd probably stop watching it when Patrick Dempsey leaves the show, though.
That's when I stopped.
Spoiler
I cried
alert.
my eyes out and then started over.
Oh my god! What's it on? Like
Probably.
season 27 now?
Oh, I don't know. Probably it's on forever. It's been on.
Aside from
forever.
like The Simpsons and NCIS, I'm pretty sure Grey's Anatomy is the longest running TV show.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that it was like on for and General Hospital. Like,
Yes,
those are, like, the two
General
long
Hospital,
running.
yes.
That's been going on for what how long? Like the 80s?
Like a long
Totally
time.
long. Yeah, probably totally
Too
wrong,
long.
but it's been on. Yeah, it's
To the-
so stupid.
How do you come up with new storylines when it's been on TV that
I
long?
think it's like recycled. Because even Grey's Anatomy recycles. I feel
Really?
like everything is like recycled after a while. And it's like, okay, all things must come to an end.
I would rather have a really, really, really good show come to an end after 3 seasons than a really good show stretch it and then lose its
They start
magic.
doing like the spin-offs and it's like
Yeah.
your eyes are crossing, like kind of twitching. You're like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. You have to just quit.
I watched this movie yesterday and I like keep wanting to talk about. I hope you've seen it. I pray you've seen it. Saltburn.
No, I haven't. My brother was watching it and I was like, why are you watching this shit? I've heard it's like
Intense.
But how is it intense? Like emotionally or like
It's hard to explain, but it's
maybe I'll go home and watch it.
I will not spoil anything because I really want you to experience it, but it's nasty in a few scenes.
Like how nasty? Like
Okay.
gory nasty or like sexually?
Sexually nasty.
It's like I'm uncomfy.
What's funny is I watched it yesterday. I shared my rating of it to my Instagram story, and I had like 5 girls all ask me, where can I watch this? Because it's making headlines because of
Yeah.
it being so weird.
It's Jacob Elordi. Is that who?
Is that the guy who's from Euphoria?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. He does great.
He's full.
It's the best acting I've ever seen him do.
Oh, he's great.
Fantastic. It's got Barry Keoghan in it. You'd know his face
I don't
probably.
know who the hell
He's been
that
in a
is.
few things. Are
Okay.
you a Marvel girly?
My brother is a Marvel dude, so I know like what I know from like his stuff, but I don't really know
Okay.
much.
He was in a Marvel movie and he had like a kind of lesser role. It wasn't very
Then I would have
well
no
known.
idea.
He's been in a few things. You'd probably know his face if you saw
Probably.
it, but
Alright, what's his name? Oh my God.
I think it's Barry Keoghan.
Like the gambling game, you know?
I think it's like Keongh or something like that. It'll probably like autocorrect you.
Oh yeah, Irish actor. I have no idea who this man is.
You've never seen him
I've
before?
never
He's
seen
he's
him.
coming up. But
Saltburn.
but
Batman.
like there's this scene
No idea.
where general premise, this doesn't spoil much because it's in the trailer, but like he goes to this university, he's an absolute loser, and he meets this kid, which is the Euphoria guy, and he has like a friendship instant connection with him, like they're buddies,
Okay.
and this guy is like filth, like Bruce Wayne rich. Like, so he says, hey, when the semester's over, instead of going home, why don't you come to my family's estate or my family's manor at my hometown, and we can hang out all summer. And they do. And like the movie leads you to believe that he's gay and falling for the Euphoria guy. But like it takes such a twist. Like there's a scene where this is the first scene that is weird, and I won't say anything else.
Is it rapey?
No, not rapey.
Like, I don't want to do.
No, there's a scene where
You made it sound a little rapey.
he looks in the the bathroom door is like cracked, and you can see Euphoria guy in the tub, and he's jacking off. And you can't see him jacking off, but you just see, like him just
Got it.
going for it. And he finishes in the tub.
Ugh.
And later that night, this guy wakes up in the middle of the night, goes into the bathroom.
Oh, stop.
And there's like
Please
water that's drained and the residue that's drained. And he like gets to the bottom of the tub and like licks it up.
Oh, he's licking up the jellyfish.
Yes, he's licking up the semens. And it's really disturbing.
With that, and I like, okay.
And like,
I want to go home.
and then like it's just then a normal movie, and then it does another weird thing,
and it's normal,
and then it's normal again, and then like there's this plot twist.
So they give you time to like recover.
Oh yeah, they don't just keep
at
throwing
you.
weird shit at you. They give you time to recover. There's only like 3 weird scenes. That's one of them, but the other 2 are more intense.
More intense than that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh God, I could tell them all to you, but I don't want to spoil it.
No, don't.
Yeah, you need to watch it for yourself, because one of Catherine's friends told me, because they know I love watching movies, they're like, you need to watch Saltburn. And then I went to the barber shop yesterday, and the girl that was cutting my hair, she was like, you need to watch Saltburn. I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna watch this movie. And I hit them both up afterwards, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Why did you do this?
Like,
to me?
why did you make me watch this? But when it ended, I was like, it's pretty good.
Interesting. And my brother and his friends are watching it on New Year's Eve. I'm like, this is how you're bringing in the New Year?
That's an interesting way to end the year, or to start it, however you want to look at it.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, weird.
They're like, we've heard so much about it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but it's there's a time and a place, and that was not the time or the place to watch it.
Well,
Sam, during each interview, I like to ask each guest a set of questions.
I'm nervous. Okay.
That I ask everybody. I ask everybody the same questions, and it's just they're kind of like first date questions. They're just get to know you kind of questions, but they're rapid fire and they're about very relatable things. So I always like to ask people the same questions to just see what's different about everybody. They can be rapid fire if you want to, or if there's discussion needed, we can discuss them.
Okay.
Are you ready for them?
Sure.
Cool.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Cool. So the first one is, what is your favorite movie?
Oh, Mean Girls.
Mean Girls,
For
really?
Sure.
Are you going to see this new thing that they're doing?
Yep. I already got my tickets.
Really? So this is a movie about the musical about the movie.
Yeah.
So it's just the movie rendition of the musical.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very excited. Me and my mom have bought tickets already.
Really?
At NCG. We're going with one of her friends.
Hell yeah.
And I'm smuggling in a bottle of wine. We're gonna have a
That's
great time.
amazing.
Yep.
Love that for you guys. That's amazing. Cool. I want you to rank these 3 appetizers from favorite to least favorite.
Oh, right. Here we go.
Chips and salsa, chips and guac, chips and queso.
Ooh, chips and queso, chips and guac, chips and salsa.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a good answer. Queso is usually consistently the number one that everyone loves. But every once in a while, someone's like, queso's last. I'm like, you're a communist.
Yeah, they're not normal. They should get checked by a doctor.
Right? Right? Next one. You get to listen to 3 artists for the rest of your life, and 3 artists only. You get the existing catalog they've already put out and whatever they put out in the future.
Okay. Britney Spears,
Okay.
Morgan Wallen,
Okay.
and that third one's a toughie. Sublime.
That's a very good set of answers.
It's very broad.
Very broad, but you're covering all your bases
Yeah.
for the most part. You got some pop, you got some country, and you've got a little bit of
Like an Islander.
yeah. I like that. Good answer. What does a Saturday morning or just a Saturday in general, Michael's off doing his own thing. You have no plans,
I'm
no
not working.
obligations. You're not working.
Okay.
What do you do to have a Sam day?
I probably, first thing I do is get up and have my coffee.
Yep.
Then I sit on the couch and I play with my dog, probably take her out to go potty. If I'm feeling it, I'll go to the gym. If not, I'm reading my book or I'm on Netflix.
Okay. Very chill day.
Very chill. Just like chill. It's me time.
If you, this isn't a question, but I think I'm going to add it. Just thought of this. If Michael is off doing his own thing and he's like, hey, I'm not going to be home for dinner, treat yourself to dinner. Where are you going to get your dinner? Whether you're sitting down and eating it there by yourself or you're getting it to go, what is your go-to? Michael's busy. I'm going to make my own or eat my own dinner. What are you getting?
Oh, I'm going to Chick-fil-A probably.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love Chick-fil-A. It's so close to our apartment.
Yeah.
It's like, skirt, Chick-fil-A, come home.
What's your order at Chick-fil-A?
Just a sandwich.
Okay.
Or the wrap. I really like the wrap.
Good answer. Good answer. Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
Okay. Communist.
I had Apple Music, but we were paying for Apple Music and Spotify.
Yeah, I don't blame you
So I
there.
switched to Spotify.
Only reason I think I use, because Catherine pays for her own Spotify, but my dad still pays for our family plan of Apple Music. And until I get
mine as
booted off of that, I'll just use, but I'll switch to Spotify if I have to.
Yeah, I love Spotify.
Go-to karaoke song.
I don't know. I don't really karaoke.
I don't really either.
Ugh.
But if you're getting in the car and you're going to belt a song from your soul, what is it?
The song from my soul. Leave the Pieces. I don't know who it's by. I can't remember.
Okay. I feel like I know that song.
Let me take a look.
Adding that dinner song. What's your go-to solo dinner?
The Wreckers. That's who it's by.
Okay. I love doing these because I get to just like this question list started out with like 5 questions.
You just like keep
And then
adding.
as I'm asking people them, I'm like, oh, that would be a good one. What does success look like to you?
Happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy.
Yep.
Good answer. What is your happy place?
The beach or the woods. I really like a good hike.
Really?
Love
Okay.
a good hike. So mountains or beach, either one. I'm good with that.
Both are good answers. What is first of all, I'm going to add this one too. Well, don't have to add it. Are you a Dunkin' or a Starbucks girl?
I'm a Starbucks girl.
No issue with that.
I hate to be that because I think the company sucks, but there's no consistency with Dunkin'.
I agree.
And I'm afraid if I ask for almond milk, they're going to give me regular milk and I'm going to shit my pants.
I feel like I go to Dunkin', and whether I go to this Dunkin', that Dunkin', or that Dunkin', they all make my drink differently.
So different.
And if I go to Starbucks, the drink is very consistent.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
I feel like Dunkin' is for people who like sugar
Yes.
and Starbucks is for people who like coffee.
Yes. I think that checks out. So with that said, what's your Starbucks order?
I like a iced caramel latte.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been told that my Starbucks order is the most basic of white girl drinks, period. Could you guess what it is?
Do you get a frap? Do you get
No,
like a
no
mocha
frap.
Frappuccino. Do you get a pumpkin spice latte?
No.
Are you one of those? Oh, I can't do it. I don't know. What do you get?
White chocolate mocha.
Oh, yep. That's
Yep, that checks
very
out.
nice.
I love it. An
Little
iced
sprinkle
white
on
chocolate
top.
mocha. Oh, it goes so hard. I'm tempted to get one after we're done. Treat myself on a Sunday. What is your biggest fear?
Okay. I hate raccoons.
Raccoons?
Hate them. They scared the
I've never heard this before.
Oh, they scare the hell out of me.
Really?
I was camping with Tate. I've had nightmares like since this night.
Oh my God, this is
Nightmares.
great.
I was camping with Tate and we had wine and she's like, oh, put like some, we're like at Fort Mountain. We're like way up there. She's like, we'll have wine. I'll put strawberries in our wine. You know, we're having this like really deep conversation. I can't remember exactly what we were talking about. We're having this like really like in-depth conversation. She's like, Sam. And I'm like, what? I turn around. There's a raccoon fishing the strawberry out of my wine. Looks at me, hisses, and then scurries up the tree. And it's sitting there all night. It is watching us all night.
Oh,
and I have
that's danger.
nightmares. And then the next morning I go to the like ranger station. I was like, you've got like a raccoon. I think it's Rabbit. They're like, oh no, his name's like Peanut Butter. He loves Reese's Cups. And I was like,
What?
So I'm like,
Psycho behavior.
Yeah. So I hate them. I have nightmares of like being like stuck in a room and they're all in cages like around me, like staring at me. It's the most bizarre fear ever. Hate them.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Do you have so that's good physical fear. My physical fear is sharks. Terrified.
Really?
Won't do it.
I want to
I
swim.
won't get in the ocean.
Really?
No.
You won't even.
I'll if we're at the beach, I will, if everyone's like jumping in, running in, we get inner tubes and the waves are just taking us or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do all that, but I will not go far.
Huh.
Terrified.
Oh, I'll swim all the way out.
Oh, fuck that. I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that.
I love it.
Okay. Do you believe in aliens?
I believe that we can't be the only thing out there.
That's a solid answer.
Yeah.
But when you think of us being the only or not the only thing out there, do you think of like intelligent life or do you think more of like animal or a mixture of both?
It's probably a mixture of both. I think more of like, I don't know, like tiny little organisms.
Right.
Maybe. At least in
like a
this
fungus
galaxy.
or right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there are other galaxies and who's to say there's not
It'd be
another
insane.
world just like this,
It'd be insane to think that we are the only intelligent life
Oh yeah.
in the
Sure.
Isn't it so
Makes me feel like so small.
It does. It makes you feel so small when you think about how much is out there and how we're just on one planet in this infinite thing.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
I sound like Neil deGrasse Tyson right now, but like we are so small in this like huge universe. And to think that there's no other form of life that's intelligent, that'd be kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Like if you die, go to heaven and God's like, humans are the only intelligent
That's
life. I'd
it.
be like, that sucks.
I already know all these people.
Right. like how, like, did you just get bored after you made Earth and you were just like, no more intelligent life?
Yeah. Have you heard that little Dickie song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think about that a lot.
Earth?
Yeah.
We love the Earth.
No, not that one. He's like, do you fuck with the war? That one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't think about what it's called. Yeah, I think about that song a lot.
To caveat off of the aliens, do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Good and bad.
Hell yeah. Yep. Agreed. And the last one, this last one tells you a lot about somebody. Okay.
Oh,
What do you do for work again?
I work at an optometrist's office.
That's right. Okay. When you get home from work, do you change out of your work clothes immediately or do you leave them on for a period of time?
Oh, immediately.
Hell
Scrubs
yeah.
all day. Get them off.
Hell yes.
Get them off.
Agreed.
Oh, my dirty work clothes.
I know people that will wear their work clothes all the way up until bed.
That's my husband.
Really?
Sometimes he'll fall asleep like in his clothes. And I'm like, you're sleeping in jeans, and that's crazy.
The first thing I do when I come through that door is I'm like, honey, I'm home. And then I say, how close is dinner to being ready? Do I have time to go upstairs and change?
Yeah.
And if she's like, nah, it's ready, it'll be cold. And I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I'll stay
that's
down
fine.
here.
I'm still
But as
doing-
soon as I'm done eating, I'm running up and I'm changing.
Oh, I'll change anyway. I'm like, that's okay. It'll be fine. 5 minutes, I'll be fine.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta change.
Hell yeah. Bet. I'm so glad you're on my side of things. I should start keeping tally marks on who's on what team.
Oh yeah, like I'm halfway through the door and I'm like halfway taking my scrubs.
Right.
Off. I'm like, okay, we're done. Done with the day.
Hell yeah. Well, that was it.
Great.
Did you enjoy yourself, Sam?
Yeah, I did.
Did you have a good time?
Good time.
Good. Thank you for letting me do this.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I've wanted, again, we've talked about doing this for so long and scheduling has just been madness for months. So my bad on that part. It's partly me too. But I appreciate you a lot and I'm happy to know you and I'm excited to continue that relationship going forward. Hopefully we all get together soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to talk more because I know more about your life.
Great.
Hell yeah. Everybody, if you enjoyed my conversation with Sam, if you're a friend of Sam's or a family member of Sam's, thank you for tuning in and listening to our conversation together. If you like what you hear and you know somebody that would be a good candidate for me to sit down and talk to, let me know. I will talk to anybody and everybody because I love getting to know people. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.